What's up, everybody? This is going to be a little bit of a different video. I wanted to do something a little more personal, and considering this is going to be the last official upload of the year, I wanted this to be a little bit more serious and a little bit more with a personal touch. The video is going to be, for the most part, unedited, pretty much my fully unfiltered thoughts. I'm just going to speak to you as if we are having a genuine rant or conversation. I want to talk about 2025, the past year, talk about my plans for the future in 2026, how the channel is doing, and really what I plan to do from here on out. A lot of these are things that I talk about frequently in my streams, but I know most people subscribe don't watch those or the shorts or whatever, so I figured I would get everyone that watches the videos only caught up if you care at all. I want to start this off by saying 2025 has been extraordinarily stressful for a lot of reasons. Socially, politically, mentally, emotionally, but, you know, also very rewarding in terms of my time on the internet. I've met a lot of new people. I've more recently made a lot of great friends that you can all watch with their links below that I'm sure I'll remember to put. And I've been able to hang out with a lot more people than frankly I ever have in the past decade. To get actually into it, I haven't done as much as I wanted to do. YouTube has been a dream of mine ever since I was a child, probably like 12 years old. I've said this 1,012 times. I've showed you guys the first video I ever watched, all that garbage. You know, I make videos that I think are funny. I make clips that I think are funny. I do streams that I think are interesting and enjoyable. You know, I have made a few things that to some people are genuinely interesting. Admittedly, I have not done as much as I had the time for or what I should have done. Life gets in the way. With how stressful the world is at the moment, doing something on top of everything else has Jesus, I'm dying, has felt like a monumental, overwhelming task, even though it's supposed to be, you know, a source of joy. And it is, right? It totally is. But I want to do more. I want to be more. I want the childhood me to be impressed, you know, by the person that I've become over all this time. Over like the 10 years I've tried to do YouTube, deleted, restarted, deleted, restarted, deleted, restarted. This is like the longest channel that I've ever held on to, and I'm kind of proud of it. But I want to be, you know, impressed with myself. I want to be proud of myself. I want to be inspiration for myself. And, you know, for anybody who's out there that also has a really hard time just getting through the world, you know, like a lot of other YouTubers were for me when I was a kid, and, you know, even are for me now. You know, grown man, by the way, wilting flower emoji, but like, you know, it's still extraordinarily prevalent in my life. I still watch a lot of people, even people that are my age, you know, fucking Pezzy, Grizzy, Droid, Puffer, Smitty, you know, they're all like sources of inspiration for me. I want to be that for other people. You know, this isn't some New Year's resolution garbage. I don't believe in any of that crap. You know, sorry, I'm like dying over here. If people wanted to change, if I wanted to change, I would just do it, right? Like whenever I had the time, the energy, the motivation, or, you know, just the wherewithal to do fucking anything with my life. But, you know, like I said, I want to do more, right? So in 2026, I am going to do, God, this really does sound like a New Year's resolution, fuck. I'm gonna try my hardest regardless to keep up with everything, to put out more videos than what's currently there, which you should go watch, by the way. Thank you, appreciate it. I worked very hard on them, please. But I want to stream more. I want to do more interesting things. I want to make more videos. I want to keep up with the you know, the recent clips channel. A lot of you may have noticed, or maybe not, I don't know, but the main channel no longer has any clips. I deleted them all. They're all gone. I do plan to put up more in the future, but they're mostly gonna be advertisements for the videos that I upload, right? They're not gonna be random hee hee ha ha funny moments. All clips like that and other funny moments that, you know, aren't streams or full videos are going to be going to the Lazernip clips channel that I will have linked in the description below. I'm uploading all previous clips that were on this channel. So over like the 2 years I've been doing this and only making shorts, they're going to be on that channel. So if you're a shorts only viewer, there will no longer be any shorts on this channel, so I highly recommend you go and subscribe to that one. It's great. I'm again uploading everything that I've had over the past like 2 years, all the way from my Dark Souls 1 playthrough, which is really old, to my Outer Wilds playthrough, which is really old, to, you know, the Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough, which isn't recent, but it's new enough, and to the stuff I'm going to be uploading now. You know, I honestly don't really have a plan for what I'm going to do. I don't have a plan for how I'm going to keep up with everything. But, you know, I'm sure if I put in my maximum effort and just completely ignore my mental health, that everything will be completely fine. You know, obviously that's a joke. Don't listen to me. You know, the reason I'm here doing this video in the first place is because I'm dissatisfied with everything I've done, you know, because of my poor mental health anyway. In my opinion, even with how well the channel has done, I'm not doing as much as I could. Like I said, I feel like I could be doing better in a lot of ways, you know, mostly in terms of consistency and transparency, but, you know, obviously as somebody with a normal life and a job, completely not able to stream 12 hours a day every day, like it seems like every other fucking person on the internet can do, you know, having to support myself and my family, having to do everything like myself, making videos, doing the streams, making all the clips without, like, any editor or any way to pay them, frankly, anything like that. It's very, very difficult to do all these things and stay consistent, but I really am going to try to be better in that sense. You know, laying all of that out loud makes me sound ridiculous and like an idiot. You know, it makes it sound like I'm already doing a lot, but I feel like I can be doing more. I just have to lock the fuck in. You know what I'm saying? I want to do more. I know I said this already, but I want to be more. That's been like my recent mantra in life. I know most people, you know, in the video are gone by now, but if you've stayed this long, genuinely, thank you. The people that listen and actively choose to hang out with me as much as possible have been one of the only reasons I stay even semi-motivated to do this. Honestly, the subscriber count is very overinflated. A lot of people just don't watch, you know, or they're stream-only viewers or shorts-only viewers or stuff like that. So you here hanging out with me, watching the videos that I put genuine effort in, watching the streams that I put genuine effort in, I appreciate you. You know, to the fullest extent that I can. I love the shit out of you, you know what I mean? You have been one of the only things that, you know, when I feel lonely, it's kept me semi-sane to be able to just talk to y'all and interact with y'all and hang out with y'all. Obviously, you know, now I have a lot of great friends that seem to be amazing that I've been doing streams with, which, you know, by the way, they're very funny and they're good people. They have been such an incredible help, you know, a light in the dark, so to speak, that I haven't seen in a very long time, so you should go watch them. I will absolutely, like I said, put their links in the description below. Regardless, right, thank you genuinely again for being here, for hanging out with me, for watching, for supporting. I hope that all together we can do some real good. You know, there are a lot of things that I want to do if this succeeds. You know, charity streams, you know, donating as much as possible to different charities or whatever. I want to eventually, one of my main dreams in this world is, you know, and it sounds cheesy and kind of dorky, but like buying dead land and like revitalizing it. You know, that would be incredible. I want to do good if this succeeds and I happen to make, you know, a stupid amount of money. You know, I don't give a shit about infinite money. I don't care about, you know, infinite subs. I don't care about being the biggest or the baddest. I don't care about being famous or a quote-unquote niche micro internet celebrity. Right? I just want to do good. I want to do good with all of you and the community that we can build together. I want to do more in 2026. I will do more in 2026. Whether we'll succeed or not, I genuinely don't know. But I want to be a source of good. You know, a source of positivity, of kindness, of change, revolution, of inspiration. You know, a source of light that I have never been able to ignite within myself. You know, a source of light in what feels like a frankly unending darkness that's, you know, enveloping everything that we know. You know, I know that sounds painfully dramatic, but it really does feel like that a lot of the time, unfortunately, because of, you know, the way the world currently is. But I do genuinely believe that we can all do some real good together. You know, we can grow this community. We can be a haven for people that want to do good, that want to change, that want to be and do better. You know, I do genuinely believe that. But I need all of your help in order to do that, as much as possible. You know, I'm not asking you to do anything in particular, just be here. You know, be kind, be better than those that are stupid, frankly. Stupid or just genuinely evil. Because unfortunately on the internet, whether or not they're all bots, there is a lot of negativity, you know, in this kind of space. You know, I want to kick some fucking ass in 2026, you know. I want to be somebody that can unapologetically be full of whim and whimsy, you know, and be as silly as possible. And I want that for all of you guys as well. You know, all in all, I want to do more. I want to be more. I plan to do and to be more in 2026. And I hope all of you will join me for the ride, you know. I hope that was hopefully a semi-decent update, you know, a little change of pace for what we normally do, so, you know, this is a little awkward for me. I will be streaming as normal, but the next upload will end up being in 2026, so this is the last upload. So, again, like I said, hopefully this is a good, decent, semi-okay update for all of you. It's going to be back to normal stuff, you know, normal funny moments with everybody, more horror games, more silliness, all that good shit. Yeah, I do genuinely guess that's it. Have a good night, all of you. Much love. Mwah, smooches. I will see all of you in 2026. Like and subscribe, I guess? I don't know. Okay, thank you. Goodbye. Jesus.